Let's face Daddy-O again. Hey Dad, nice knowing you, bro. Let's go, dude. Come on. Stop! Dad, no!
Die.
Flame shot.
Ow! That hurt. Alright.
Yes. Go.
Thanks, Dad.
Final burst.
Darn! This is my father's power! Cool booger. What's up, Pistol McAwesome? How are you doing today?
Flame shot.
Die.
My day could have been better, but we're playing Legend of Dragoon now, so it's obviously a perfect day, right? What could be more awesome than this game? I'm glad you're enjoying your day off, though. It's always a good sign. You gotta do that every once in a while. I have a bad habit of not doing that so much. Who am I going as? Dart!
Yes. Go.
Whoops. I've done basically no damage to this dude, and this fight takes a year and a day.
Flame shot.
So I could have saved it after this boss, apparently. And I didn't know that. but I know that now. But really, how much time does it really save me? It saves me this fight, sure. Yippee!
Die.
Damn it, I just can't get that anymore. Oh, that hurt. Ugh. Sorry. That was pretty loud, I'm sure.
Flame shot.
Thank you.
Yes. Go.
It's been so long since I've done this. I should have healed. We will be beating this today, by the way. I don't care what happens. This game's going down today. No matter what.
Die.
I hate you. And she's probably dead because he's gonna attack her now. Or he's gonna attack Dart! Dart, wait for me now! We'll heal.
Rainbow Breath.
Yes. Go.
Ah, so close.
Die.
I thought he was gonna counter there.
Boogie.
Yes. Go. Madness. Hero. Yes. Go.
Basil Rex.
Oh yeah, it's definitely happening today, no matter what. What's up? How you doing, Chrono? That's the name of my cat, by the way. But without the H.
Die.
I'm barely even trying on this guy. At this point, I'm just kind of like, I know this guy is really easy. It's just very time consuming. Ow, 1,000 damage. Ow. It's not even in the yellow yet.
Yes. Go.
Cool. I could kill him with just dart alone, actually. But it would take forever. So like Chrono in the game, yes, my cat is named after Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
Flame shot.
Ow, that hurt. Please don't do that. How mean. Alright.
Die.
Ah, you like to get, like, personal with the action, huh? I'm just not feeling doing additions at the moment, to be completely honest. Not to say that I wouldn't fail them even if I was trying more, but I'm just kind of walking through the steps at this point with this boss. Having to redo that 2 hours made me really salty yesterday. Then to get to the final part of the final boss and go from taking 1 to 2k damage max from attacks to close to 4k damage is really cool. Oh no, she died again. It's cool that it's going twice in a row, though.
Flame shot.
I probably upset some people yesterday, I'm sure. I definitely was not in the greatest of moods to play this game. But when you have to redo something for no reason other than
Go.
some type of technical problem is annoying. Yeah, unfortunately my entire party dies pretty easily. Except for Ark. Ark. Dart! Why am I saying Ark? The only reason I'm tempted to bring her back is to just make this fight go faster. That's another qualm. Though, like, this game just has too long of boss battles. Way too long. And maybe it's just because I just do really shit damage, but...
Yes. Go. Madness. Hero.
Madness! Hero! You guys will like my strategy that I thought of for the last boss, though. It's basically going to be solo dart. Yeah, like I said, Dragoon editions I feel are easier as long as you know that the first 4 you're pressing at the top and the next one you're doing at 10 o'clock. You can get it almost every time. And it's just like same button press, same button press, same button press, same button press, and then the last one you just press slightly quicker. That's it. Okay, work. I'm at home. Leave me alone.
Yes.
Oops. Should have been paying attention. Maybe. I'm still finding this end portion of this game very boring. But as long as I don't have to redo 2 hours of content today, I think I'll be okay. That's really what stuck it to me yesterday, was knowing that I could have given the final boss a few more shots, but did he just go 3 times in a row? Instead, I couldn't because I lost 2 hours. And then being in the final boss fight for nearly 2 hours to find out that the final boss dealt over 3k damage. When nothing else in the game, even when getting hit by a weakness up till that point, hit me for that much damage. This might put him in the red? I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to stream today. Oh no, like I said yesterday, I don't even feel like the final boss is difficult. I really don't. These bosses aren't difficult. What am I trying to do? This isn't an epic final boss fight or anything like that. It's just about damage mitigation and, you know, if you can do a lot of damage, you can finish this fight really quickly. But my characters don't do a lot of damage with my setup and what I went through the game with and stuff like that. So instead I have to rely on survivability. So it's all about, do I have the items? Yes. I wasted a lot of items not knowing that I could die instantaneously to a 3k attack that he would do. So I revived a character twice and died twice. I had a really crappy SP generation addition on Dart, which made it so that even when I got in attacks with him, I was barely doing anything because I was never going to get enough SP to do something. He's still not in the red. We'll revive her because I'm probably going to go back and buy items just to be safe. This game really isn't hard. It's very much based on like what characters you decide to choose to play at certain times in the game and how much you're willing to grind. If you grind out your additions, this game's probably the easiest thing ever. If you don't grind out your additions, you probably have a little bit more difficulty. I don't have Blazing Dynamo, whatever the hell that is, so no, I don't have it maxed. I just revived her. Thanks for attacking her, bro. See, stuff like this is annoying, because I just revived her, and she's dead. But really, there's no consequence to it. I'm just gonna bring her back, and he'll probably kill her again. Yeah, it just takes long, and that's my problem with these fights, is they take so long, and they're just boring. I know fire is double effective against her. I'm just saying in general, the boss doesn't need to attack her with the first attack right after I revive her, but of course he did. It's just bad RNG. Oh no, 813 damage. Whatever will I do? Are you red yet? No. Rose spends a lot of time on the ground. That is her generating SP. She generates SP when... I think when her turn starts, based on a piece of equipment that I have on her. The Tiara or something like that she has equipped. And it generates 20 SP.
Yes. Go.
MP recovery is like a purplish, bluish type thing. You gonna kill her again? Nope, you're going after him? Good job. Good job, Dad! Thanks, Dad. Such a good dad. I'm so, like, lethargic redoing this fight, and honestly, redoing the first couple phases of the final boss are just gonna be like... I've played Shin Megami Tensei games. Yes. And... I want to say that they're hard in the sense that you have to strategize. But I feel like that's where my strong point is in these types of games. I'm not the type of person to grind. I'm the type of person to take what I have put in front of me and try and figure out methods of beating the game like that. So Shin Megami Tensei games definitely suit me. At least I don't know. I like their difficulty, even though sometimes it's a bit unfair and annoying. Bye, waifu! Oh, you're still alive. You get to do more damage. Yay! You might kill him. You might do it, waifu. Got this. Hit him with your mallet. Never mind, you're dead. Bye, waifu. Yeah. You'll see me not want to grind in basically every... Whoa. Has she got like 1 HP? Oh no, she's just gonna fall and die now. Bye, waifu!
Yes. Go.
Can you just die, Dad? Yeah, well, that's... Not understanding mechanics doesn't necessarily mean that the game's difficult, though. That just means that the mechanics weren't explained very well, in my opinion. That's not to say that I'll have an easy time with it or anything like that. I know I won't. I know those games are going to destroy me. But that being said, I feel like a majority of those games are difficult because of their lack of explanation. Go, go, waifu ranger! You're about to die again!
Flame shot.
Flame death! And like I said, I feel like people were almost attacking me, just being like, well, you should have grinded up 300 levels and got to 10 million additions, and then you wouldn't be having any trouble in this game. I'm not having trouble in this game. It was my first attempt at the final boss. I didn't know what the final boss was going to throw at me, and I did get overwhelmed by him. I did not prepare. And I should have prepared. Then again, the inability to switch your additions is annoying, so that's not one thing I'll give up on in this game. Oh yeah, the animations are, like I said, I like aspects of this game. I really do. but because of the long animations, the fact that you're stuck with an addition the entire fight, the fact that you have to transform into a Dragoon just to use magic, there's so many flaws in this game that wouldn't be so big of a deal if they were just on occasion. But instead the game's like, here, have 300 random fights before you get to a boss, where the only thing you're doing the entire time is spamming your addition again and again and again and again and again and again and again. It's like, yeah, I get it. I have to do it 80 times so that I get the max damage from it. Thanks, game. Let's do that, you know, wait, how many attacks does he have? 7? 7 times 80? That's a lot of attacks. A lot of annoying attacks. Why am I healing? I should just be attacking him with Dart, even though it's going to take forever. I'm trying to make this quicker. You're nearly dead, Dad. Give me back my Dragoon form. It's mine. Worked hard for it. And I polished it this entire time. Did I kill him with Cool Booger? Nope. Bummer. Is she dead again? Or could you attack Dart? Yay. I don't mind grinding in the game if it's effective. If you can find a good place in the game where you get decent stats for it, you get, whether it's good money, good experience, you know, tech points, whatever it is you need to level up other abilities. If it's somewhat quick of a thing that you can do, that you're not spending forever trying to do it, what the heck? One fly. I hate the summer. I don't really hate the summer, but I hate bugs getting in my apartment. There's nothing effective about grinding in this game. The only thing effective about it is if you know I missed, didn't I? Okay, you're dead. Bye, Dad. Go slash him. Come on.
Yes. Go.
The only thing effective about grinding in this game is leveling your additions, and even that's not effective because sometimes you don't have all the additions available to be able to level. So everywhere where this game could shine, in my opinion, it basically destroys itself.
Flame shot.
I think there's two groups of people that play JRPGs too. I think there's people that play JRPGs for like the experience of leveling up their characters and all that stuff, and then there's the people that play it for like completely opposite reasons, like story and things like that. I've never played RPGs because I like getting stronger. It's never been the appeal to RPGs to me. It's always been the fact that watching the characters evolve and, you know, plot-wise, and the story and everything else. So that will always be the most important thing to me. Yeah, last night's battle was a slog, but I really appreciate all of you guys sticking around for as long as it took and me still failing miserably and stuff like that. You guys are awesome. See, I just don't care about powering up. I especially don't like making endgame bosses trivial, like when you get to them and they can't do anything to you. I really dislike that, actually. It kind of ruins the vibe for me. No, that's fine, Chrono. I don't hate this game. And again, I feel like the people that were quick to defend everything I was saying, about this game and stuff like that were thinking that I was just completely hating on it and hating everything about it, and that's just not like the case. Okay, what do you like about the addition system? That's what I'm curious of. Those of you that really like the addition system, I don't like it. I like the concept of it. I like the fact of how they did it in the battles where you, when you actually try to attack and the enemies can counter and stuff like that. I like that. But everything else about the addition system, I completely dislike. Yes, but I prefer the way games like Super Mario RPG handle it over the way this game tried to handle it. Yes, it's more involved, but because it's more involved, you're spending, instead of, okay, it takes 5 attacks to kill this enemy. In a normal RPG, it takes 5 attacks. So that's what? 5 inputs. That's it. You press 5 inputs, you're in and out of the battle, you maybe take a little bit of damage. That's a fight in a standard RPG. Then you've got this game, where instead of 5 inputs, it's like 105 inputs that you're doing. Plus, you have to wait for all the animations. Plus, you have to wait for all the animations of the enemy attacking or defending or anything else. So you're taking a fight that normally lasts 30 seconds to a minute and making it 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And that's what I mean by the approach to it in the first place. That's why I wish the way that the addition system worked in this game, instead of having to select addition at the beginning of a fight, like saying, okay, you're using this addition for this entire fight that might take 2 hours, you're going to be using the exact same addition. That instead they did something like, first edition was just 1 input. And then as you leveled that up, or when you learned your second edition, it was just 2 inputs. And you could choose whether to do the 1 input or the 2 input, but it would still do both editions. And you would get different benefits based on that. Do I need more SP and the 1 attack one gives more SP? I'll just do the 1 attack one. Yes, I'm sacrificing damage, but I still get the SP. Like the difference in any type of decisions or anything like that. Alright, Tsunami Gamer, thanks. No, I didn't save before him last night because I didn't know I could. I didn't go and talk to him this time, though. This is just a cutscene. So I feel like the way that the addition system in this game works is it's an interesting concept, but the practice is just terrible. I feel like the execution when you're playing a 40-hour long game is just... The spinning clock approach is a little, yeah, the wheel thing that Shadow Hearts does, I feel is a better approach to it. But I think what people liked about the addition system was to feel like they were growing something by using it. But I feel like the approach of the Judgment Ring is better. That's obviously my opinion. I just feel like the addition system was something completely ambitious for these guys, and I just don't like how it was executed at all. But again, that's me. At the start of the game, I was really into it, but when you've been doing it for a long time and don't really feel like you're gaining anything out of it... See, I didn't know that I could run back before. Well, see, that's my problem with it, Chrono, is that using certain ones in certain places, it benefits someone that's doing a secondary playthrough of this game over someone that's doing a first playthrough of this game. So when I was going through the game and I had 1 edition and I had it maxed, and I only had 1 edition on that character, but I was forced to keep using that character, what was I gaining out of constantly using that edition still? Nothing. So as soon as I get another edition, why would I use the prior edition? If I kept the prior edition equipped and was using it the whole time, then I'm not getting anything for it. But maybe it gave more SP, maybe it gave more damage. And I maybe have to equip that for a boss or something. But then I'm wasting valuable time that I could be grinding out the other edition. Purely to see what I can get from there and making that other edition stronger. Or I get a new edition and I equip that new edition and it's basically useless because it does no damage because it's only at level 1. So if I go to a boss, it's like, okay, I'll just equip my prior edition just so I can do more damage here. Stuff like that is what frustrated me with the system. Once you have all the additions and you're more versatile and stuff like that, it's a completely different story. But the progression of the game being based on your actual levels as you're leveling up as a character, I feel really ruined the system. I had no interest in really like messing around with the additions and stuff like that. No, that's a relevant note, Fits and Toaster. That's a very, very good point. I feel like the graphics and stuff like that for the time frame for this game are very good. This game does have high points, and the addition system is a very unique concept that I just don't feel is executed well. Everyone, like, a lot of people talk about the fact that the addition system makes this game more versatile and allows you to pick things and stuff like that, but I really can't see that. I feel like the game does the exact opposite with how you learn additions and stuff. If, let's say, additions did full damage, but leveling it still gave you more additions or something like that, or you learned something from gaining levels other than just doing slightly more damage on it, or if you could switch additions in battle, all of my arguments would be null and void. But having to decide on an addition that you want to use for a particular fight, especially when you can't switch it in random encounters. Doing it before a boss is one thing, but not being able to switch between random encounters and stuff like that is frustrating. Let's go up against an enemy that takes absolutely no physical damage whatsoever, but sit there and just beat it to a pulp because I don't have any SP accumulating additions equipped on my characters. I don't know that I'm going to get in that random battle. I don't know that I'm going to have to deal with that, and since the only way to do magic is to go into Dragoon form or have some type of item, there's no versatility for my team in that fight. I'm deciding what I'm capable of doing the instant I go into that fight, but don't know what I'm going up against. I feel like it makes the first boss fight of every boss fight really annoying. And then after that you can, yeah, like what I'm doing right now. I changed up my equipment. I changed up my, I put the therapy ring on Dart, and I just equipped an addition on him that actually accumulates SP. If I had that last night, I would have beat the game. I would have beat the boss. But because I did not equip something that did SP, instead I equipped something that was doing more damage, I did that because I didn't expect to go into Dart's Dragoon form very often. But when you know it, you get this cool kick-ass Dragoon form that you can turn into. Wish I would have known that before I turned into the boss. Or went to fight the boss. I might have changed my strategy then. It's just little things like that where the addition system in this game really frustrates me. But also, the fact that I leveled up Rose and a majority of Dart's additions. Yeah, a Divine Dragon and its physical attacks are incredibly strong, but like I said, I didn't have any SP. I had Dart's Edition that did the most damage for me, and also the one that I was trying to level so I can get the last one for him equipped. So that's a situation where, like, having multiple additions is basically useless. It comes down to this. There is basically 2 additions good for any character. That's it. 2 additions. There's one that accumulates a really good amount of SP and probably doesn't do very good damage, and then there's one that does a lot of damage. You're basically picking one or the other when you're going into a fight. Yet there's characters that have 5 or 6 of them. What's up, Rio? Sorry, Grayson, but Rio can't be here for the raffle. You need to die. Holy shit, dude. That's so mean. Yeah, but what's the point of a middle ground one? In the amount of time that you can do... Okay, so... hold on. When you go into a battle, when you're equipping your abilities and stuff like that, you're basically setting up to go through a certain type of fight. Am I going to be using this guy's Dragoon form pretty heavily? Am I going to go for that type of thing? Or am I going to just go for physical damage and defending and things like that? You can have a happy medium, but you're selling yourself short if you do that. Yes, ones that gain you a lot of SP do shit damage overall. And vice versa. The ones that tend to do the most damage, except for Rose's. Rose's does good damage and also gives her decent SP. I'm doing alright. Let's just say this.
Die.
Why would you use double punch on Hashel? Why would I use double slash on Dart? Why would you ever use those additions again at the end of the game? What's the point of that? What are the point of those additions other than just being a early game plot device that you have to get the max level so you can get the final addition for your character? Well, how are those useful at the end of the game? Will you ever use them? Will you ever have a situation where those additions are useful?
Die. Demon's dance.
But what's the point? But that's the thing. If you're saying... That's why I'm saying that there's 1 or 2 additions per character that are useful. So where's the versatility in that? Where is any type of versatility for that? And if you're talking about that, it's not the same as using like fire magic or ice magic or something like that, which you might use to conserve MP because it still does the same amount of damage. There's no point in that in additions. But they're not quick and easy for enemies late game because they don't do enough damage. You're better off using other additions if you want to go through battles quicker, which means more button inputs. Yes, Fits and Toaster. I would agree that the limit breaks in Final Fantasy VII are kind of like that. There are some that are basically just there to be there.
Die.
It's still less damage than one that requires more inputs and does 200% damage, though. So you're selling yourself short by doing that for like a boss battle. And it's not so much that they're useless, it's the fact that they're useless to have for an entire fight, like a boss fight. Oh no, its HP is recovering.
Die. Demon's dance.
And it'd be a different story if you learned additions by purely leveling your additions. Like, if I got an addition to level 5, and I learned a new addition because I got that other one to level 5, I almost feel like that would be better. Or if you get an addition to a certain level, like level 2 or level 3 or... Shit, I went the wrong way. You also have access to all of it. Okay. So, at the end of the game, Chrono, if you've got Dart in your party, which you do because you're forced to have Dart in your party, would you ever pick Double Slash over anything else? Would you seriously find yourself at the end of the game being like, I'm gonna use Double Slash instead of Moon Slash or Blazing Dynamo, if you have those two accessible to yourself? Yes, that's the way I feel about it too, Shadow Arc. I feel like the way you learn additions by having to level up your character, and because grinding basically, let's just say this, everything that's good about the addition system in this game ends up being overshadowed by the things that are bad about the addition system in this game. The fact that you have to level up to learn additions in the first place. So even if you max out an addition, you can still sit there not having anything that you can grind on that character. And for someone like Dart, there was how many times in the game where I had Dart's additions maxed and couldn't do anything else. Now I get to the end of the game where I finally get another addition to start leveling up with him, and it's like, oh, well, you're at the end of the game. You have to have them all maxed if you want to get the max one. So all that grinding I did on him, all the battles, everything up until the point that I got that, it still doesn't matter. Especially if that's the addition that I wanted to end up using and I'm not using the final addition. It makes all the other additions that I have basically pointless for leveling up unless I decide to use another one. I'm not saying that the ultimate additions aren't worth it. I'm not saying that. They are, at least Rose's, who's the only one that I have. She does really good damage with it. I'm just saying that the approach to learning them in the first place and stuff like that. Okay, so you have to level additions. You only can have 3 characters in your party at a time. So no matter what the game, if you want to get all the end game additions and stuff like that on your characters, you're going to have to do a crap ton of extra grinding to get all that type of stuff because they have to be in combat. Then you actually have to land the additions in the first place. Then you have to make sure that they level up. So if you didn't have them in the boss fights, they might be significantly behind in levels. And since you don't get a lot of experience for fights, then you're taking even longer to learn additions. Yeah, I have something other than Cool Boogie, but I gave up on learning Cat's Cradle for her because I have to do it 80 times and I'm at the end of the game. And I'm not going to do it 80 times to get an ability that's going to be at 100 damage at level 1 and expect me to level it up to level 5 to compare to damage and SP growth that I have with other additions already. When it really comes down to it, yes, I've run from fights, but even if I didn't, I would still be forced to use the same 3 characters that I used throughout the entire game, unless I felt like grinding. Is it though? Is it the perk of optional bosses? I feel like what optional bosses do in games is make it that the final boss of the game is just trivial. The actual storyline and plot of the game becomes trivial. It's a little way of giving you extra boosts and extra numbers because you went out of your way to spend extra time on the game. I don't think you need to have max level additions once you start getting like broken items and stuff like that.
Die.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Die. Demon stance.
I don't know why I went back and bought items. I honestly don't think I needed them. I think all I needed was just to have the therapy ring on Dart and something other than Moon Slash or whatever it's called on him to actually generate SP growth. And I could have beaten the boss. Final boss isn't difficult, just time consuming. That's just, honestly, that's my whole experience with this game. Everything about it isn't that bad, it's just everything is incredibly time consuming. Legend of Dragoon in a nutshell. Whatever one gained, something Crush, Hero or something, I think. Whatever one gives him the most SP. I'm guessing Blazing Dynamo is a one that does half decent damage and also gives good SP, but since I don't have it, I can't use it. Madness Hero, thank you. That's what I'm using. Is this one of those bird things that gives experience? Oh, for fuck's sake. So much for having my characters near full HP and stuff before the boss. You go back and you look at this game, and you can do this for any RPG. And do it for any RPG. Yes, there's enemies like that in this game, Zandok. Take an RPG, think of the amount of time that you spent actually fighting fights, not counting boss fights, but fighting fights, and what time was like going through dungeons, talking to NPCs, getting story dialogue, and things like that. And if you find yourself weighing it as like 80-20, that's a problem. And I feel like that's where this game lies. You're spending 80% of the game mashing buttons in battles. So we're gonna get into at least another battle before this boss. And the question is, do I want to use Rose? Yeah. I don't know where you get all those sachets though, unless you were able to buy them and I just didn't notice it. Not really. Levels do two things. Levels give you your additions. You get decent amount of HP, but your stats doesn't equal much of anything from getting a level up. Your stats are more based on what weapons you have equipped and what additions you use. But again, that's where I think there's another flaw. It's the fact that you have to have levels to gain your additions. And the reason that they did that was so that you don't just grind your additions up early, then get really strong additions early. Whereas they could have just made it more of a plot thing rather than a level. That way all of your characters would get access to additions without even leveling. Yeah, they might not do damage if it was based on stats and stuff like that, or as much damage as they could if it was based on stats, but at the very least you'd get to see the versatility of the characters and make decisions based on it. But since I didn't use some characters that much, they didn't get their additions till far later. The game was basically telling me, hey, you want to see what this character does? Well, guess what? Either you use them the entire game and figure out what they do, or when you get to the end of the game, sit and grind for a long ass time so you can see everything everyone can do. And that's no fun. And that's another flaw with the addition system, which is a huge portion of this game. Those people that like experimentation and stuff like that, they like experimenting, seeing what characters can do and everything else, that's fine. If that's what draws you to games, if that's what you're interested in, then yes, you might have fun with this game in that regard. But when it becomes something that a casual player that's just going through the game and wants to experience it for what it is without putting a crap ton of extra time into it, then it's a flaw in game design at that point. Alright, well, she's at 1 HP. I can actually heal her. Yeah, I'll use one of these. That way she's not dead. It's not the most exceptional method of experimenting, no. But for people that like to grind and stuff like that, sure, this game's right up your alley. Alright guys, we ready for the 2-hour-long final boss fight? I know I am! Yes, you're right there, Zandok. And like I said, and maybe that's just my opinion. Chrono really seems to like the addition system in this game, and he's not the only one. There's a lot of other people that really like that aspect of it. Shinny Wolf, I believe, as well. And it just goes to show our difference in opinions and our difference in what aspects we like in JRPGs and what we're looking for. And that's what's cool. We all like and enjoy different things. Nothing's wrong. The thing about it is when I talk to people and stuff like that, I try to understand their perspective, like what they like about it and things like that. And sometimes I can see it, sometimes I can understand it, at least in some regard. And then other times I'm just kind of left with not really understanding what is good about it.
Die. Demons dance.
Yeah, people have different tastes, for sure. Shit. I could have done a lot more damage with that. Oh, I just made this longer.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Yes, Rose will be catching up on her Z's, but honestly, so will Meru as well. Why is she glowing? I don't know, maybe she got some D-Spirit or some attack on her or something. She's glowing because she's beautiful. I honestly don't know why she's glowing. Cool boogie.
Die. Demons dance.
Oh yeah. Like I said, we can rip this game apart for its tedium. This game has plenty of it. absolutely plenty of it. But, again, it doesn't necessarily make it bad, it's just not my cup of tea. I don't like when stuff takes forever. I feel like the animations in games like Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII take forever as well. Thanks for the host, Zoe. How are you doing today? You going to take another unexpected nap? Let's kill the tentacles.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Gotta heal the waifus to full HP so they can just die again. Oh, one of the biggest issues with this final boss fight is the freaking music.
Die.
This boss music has been used before on other bosses, but this is the final boss of the game. And not just that, the music that plays during transitions into other bosses, why didn't they use that?
Hero!
It's so much more epic, it's so good. And they're just like, nah! Screw the new music! You didn't like this music the first time? Eat it more. Rainbows! Die, tentacle! Ow. Great, he's petrified.
Die. Demons dance.
Yeah, agreed. I'm here to prove to you all today that I did not need to grind to beat this boss. I just need to bash my head against the wall a few times and get super salty about waifu splits. No, I actually wasn't salty about that. That was okay. You know, Zoe, that attack that she does there reminds me of that anime that you had me watch. The very, 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 very ridiculously rude one. With, like, you know, like liquids going all over the place and all that type of stuff. I don't know why, I just thought of that. Shut up, work. Leave me alone! I'm home! That might be what it's called, I can't remember. I'm not good with names of stuff like that. This boss sure is fun! What were my thoughts on Suikoden? I didn't like it as much as I expected to. I remember liking it more as a kid. I did not like having forced characters on me constantly when I have 108 different characters that I should be able to choose from. Yippee! Sorry, my voice can't go that high. It probably could, but my voice cracks enough as it is. Oh yeah, I've seen this boss get more fun. Yeah, I feel like my problem with Suikoden was that I was excited to try different characters, but then the game would be like, no, you're using this character this time, and now you're using this character, and you're forced to use this character for the next 5 hours, but by the way, they die. Nah, I hope you didn't waste money leveling up their weapon and stuff, but guess what? If you didn't level up their weapon, they're basically ineffective and pointless in the entire fight, so yeah, there's that too. It wasn't a bad game though. It's another game where I feel it's like it was average. Like maybe saying a game is average is a bad thing. I guess in my mind they're above average, but they're not far from above average. But average in my mind is a decent game. It's worth a play. It's worth an experience. It's not something that I would recommend to everyone and be like, you have to play this game, but it's a solid RPG. Damn. What's up, El Tannen? How are you doing, buddy? Oh, that's significantly less damage when I don't get a perfect. I never played 2 as a kid, and I never beat 1 as a kid. I had a friend in middle school that used to invite me over to his place all the time. I was one of his only friends. He was one of my few friends as well. And it was so much fun going over to his house. I always had a lot of fun. But then he randomly moved away. Never knew it. Just one summer, going from hanging out with him all summer to starting school the next year, and he just was gone. And he had a PlayStation and stuff like that. I never did. So he had Suikoden. So I played it whenever I went over to his place. And we used to play like Pokemon cards and stuff like that too. Yes, I was a Pokemon nerd in middle school. Deal with it! Did I have Charizard? No, I had Venusaur though. My top 5 RPGs. Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Final Fantasy VI. Terranigma's probably there as well. Even though a lot of people don't see that as a JRPG. Grandia's probably pretty far up there too. We going Link now, guys. I'd say I'm an SNES guy, but not just because they came out for the SNES. Just that those are games I've constantly gone back to. I loved Grandia. Grandia's on PlayStation. Grandia is probably one of my top PlayStation RPGs. Maybe the top PlayStation RPG for me. You're missing out if you've not played Grandia.
Fools.
Fizz! I don't know why sometimes he does this and other times he doesn't. I don't understand. It's not like I get the option to avoid it or something. I do not think so, Zandok, no. Your Dragoon damage is only based on your weapon. So a man went to a zoo one day, and the only animal there was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. That's gross, Kevin. That's gross. Who would want to go to a Shih Tzu?
Yeah. Da. Cool boogie.
Cool boogies. So Zoe, when you dye your hair green? Come. So Zandok, I have to ask you, how many streamers do you watch now that you've met through hosts that I've given? Because like a lot of things that you've said and done and all that type of stuff, like Sour Please and all this other type of stuff, having BGG emotes, Swiggy stuff. I love seeing it. It makes me so happy. Cool boogie. I won't die. And if I die, I'll just go again. It won't be that big of a deal now that I actually have time to try and do it tonight. Grayson emotes are righto. I actually switched to was working on them. Because the person that I was reaching out to have work on them and things like that just basically stopped contacting me, period. And I was trying to be as nice as possible about it, but after, you know, 4 or 5 months of not being contacted at all when you're trying to reach out to a person, it's a little frustrating. And I mean, I don't 100% understand the situation. I'm not going to go into that or anything else, but I am tired of making you guys wait for it, so I think you guys deserve it. You've been incredibly supportive of me, even though I don't have an emote for you guys. And I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. And you guys sat here with my salty ass all night. Last night. Not literally my salty ass. I hope that's not a thing. Oh, you fools! You fell into my trap card! Cool boogie. Now this music here, why isn't this the music that plays for the boss? But instead it goes back to shit tier music! Yeah! My favorite. Oops. Cool boogie! I'm not telling you, Overhunter. You'll have to find out when I die. Waifu attack! go, waifu ranger. Use your boogie hammer.
Yeah. Yippee!
Yippee!
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Womp 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 womp.
Die. Demons dance.
She does so much damage. Everyone's like, Rose sucks. Don't use her. She dies instantaneously. And you know what I say about that? Well, that's one less person I have to heal. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. This boss fight doesn't feel epic at all. Oh yeah, that's right, this is the guy that sucks me up. This guy sucks.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Die. Demons dance.
Special beam cannon! Rip. Go, go, Divine Durgan! I would say that Xenoblade Chronicles probably has one of the most epic final boss fights. It just feels epic at least. I don't really like the music that plays during it. I feel like the music sometimes makes a fight.
Die.
There's definitely better ones. In the music department at least. You want to spit her out already? Seriously. Oops. My bad. Yeah, Neo X Death and Zero Miss have pretty cool music that plays. Gotta heal the party. Not really though. Just going through the steps to fight this boss until he starts confusing my entire party for no reason. Kinda Curdy. How are you doing? Am I saving Dart's magic? No, not really. He just does more damage with he does more damage with his physical attacks if I get perfects than he does with his magic. I tried it last night.
Die. Demons dance.
Demon's Pants. Nope, does not do 2K. Not for me, at least. I'll try it just to show you, for funsies. Unless the form that I used it on was just resistant to magic. But whatever I used it on the first time, it does around 1K. Why does this guy get to have a lightsaber? He's the bad guy. Don't suck in Divine Dragon, or I'm really fucked. Why her? What is his obsession with her? It's probably the dress. I mean, can't necessarily win.
Die.
Oops. Alright, here you go. This is for you, Chrono. If this does 2K, I'm gonna be really sad. But not really, though. Because it's less time I can spend on this boss. How much damage did it do? I wasn't watching. Oh, there you go. 1,188. Still slightly more damage.
Die. Demons dance.
I am in agreement with you there, Rio. I am absolutely in agreement with you there. In fact, let's get on a topic that a lot of people are sour with me about. How do you guys feel about the final music in Final Fantasy VII? I'm not a big fan. It's not bad. It fits the fight. But it's not the most amazing thing I've ever heard either. It's good though. I like the song. It's just not as epic and amazing to me as some other stuff I've heard. One-Winged Angel, yes, if that's the song. Thank you! I like the Genova battle music better. See? There's someone that's in agreement with me. I like that.
Yes! Go!
Everyone looks at me like, it's a piece of history! The music is freaking amazing! You have to love it! It's Sephiroth, man! He's got long-ass swords and shit! How can you not love that music? Yeah, he's not. Sephiroth is basically an emo Kefka. It's not that I hate One-Winged Angel, I just think that there's better boss themes in the game. I feel like it's just... It goes on too long for me. The parts that are supposed to be, like, epic and cool, I'm just like, okay.
Yes! Go! Madness!
Give me Genova's theme, please. I think Kefka's a villain in the sense of just being a jerk, and it makes him
Yes. Go.
slightly scarier than some other villains. Because he's just evil for the sake of being evil. He's got no master plan or anything like that. I'm not necessarily saying that that makes him a great villain, but I'm saying that it makes him a little bit, like... It's not like you're trying to feel bad for him at the end of the game or something like that. Like, oh, he was just sad that he couldn't spend time with his mother, so he decided to send a meteor towards Earth. Or Terra. Or whatever the hell you want to call it. He just literally didn't give a shit. He just wanted to watch the world burn. Period. Not saying that makes a good villain, but I am saying that if I met someone like that in real life, I'd be pretty freaked out. Oh, come on, Overhunter. You don't have to say it every time the Curdy's around, dude. Give him a break. That's a little mean, too. I don't want Nicurdy to go away. Alright. Yeah, Rose is out for the count. No reason to revive her. In fact, I don't even know why I brought revival items. Bum. I think the difference of good for the sake of being good is it's a little boring, and bad for the sake of being bad. Is Kefka bad for the sake of being bad, though? I think he just genuinely gets off on people's suffering. Which to me is just creepy. Well, there's a difference between the most successful villain and just like a villain that you really like, I like it better when Kefka has no backstory, that he's just a crazy jerk person. Perfect! Down! Oh, hey, look, Eltanin. You'll be happy to see what came in the mail today. Look at this. Can you see it? I can't see if you can see it because I don't have my stream on. Raw. There you go. Now listen to this epic music that plays. That plays between the transformation for the boss, but then the boss is just gonna be like, listen to more shitty music. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. It's from GameStop! I can tell you, because I know. Sure. I'd like to see what you thought of it. Man, Blue's Clues. I had to watch so much of that growing up because of my little brother. Yeah, I'd say there's about, if we were to really like add it up, this game's got like 10% of the tracks are really good, and then the rest are just and some of them are just like. Why is this guy got a Nerf rifle on his arm? I forget what this guy does because I didn't pay very much attention to him last night. Man, that artifacting though. What the fuck? That was awesome. Oh no, she's got no magic. Yes, if they just played the interlude the whole time, I'd prefer it. But no, this game's like, this music's good. Listen to this shit. I'm gonna heal your magic. You don't like this song? You don't want to listen to it? No, fuck you. Listen to it. Oh no! He grew a set of balls. And they're blue balls. Can I go now, please? Okay, thanks, bye. That's because Nakurti doesn't watch anime. Someday we'll get to the raffle and Nakurti will win. Then everyone will be super sad and have to wait till it beat him. I need to stop failing so I can do more damage. Oh no, not your Nerf gun! Ow! How dare you? How long have I been fighting this guy now? Yeah, but then there's instant regret, Kevin. It's just like, what am I doing with my life? If it's in Toaster, that's probably pretty close to accurate, except for the 3 hours part. It's probably closer to 2. And then Dragoon! Bleh. Can't scare me.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Madness hero! No, I don't need to heal. Just do more damage. I'm thrilled about this entire boss fight. It's the most exciting thing I've ever done. What type of attack is that even? It just like spews out some cloud and... Why am I keeping her alive? I don't need her alive. That's not necessarily true though.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Oh shit. I forgot about this bull crap. No more Dragoon form for you! Oh no, she can't use items. Shit, that means you're gonna take my Dragoon form of, Dart, aren't you? You asshole. Don't do that. Use my damage. That's what made this fight take a year and a day yesterday. Just do all the damages in your Dragoon forms. Go, guys, go! Away! That was way too early. Yeah! Tornado power wind slash sword! I mean, wind! I have to put the emphasis there, you said, right? Do I get paid for this? Or I could do it like these characters do. Tornado power wind slash sword! Oh no, it's nighttime! Whatever that means in the context of this fight, I have no clue. What's up, Serene? How are you? That's a pretty impressive graphics card. I changed two things, Serene. I now have an SP accumulating ability on Dart, which lets me just spam Dragoon form. And he's got the therapy ring on him instead of Meru, who was dying instantaneously and couldn't use it. That's it. Yeah, length makes epicness. Ask the ladies. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be doing, but it's not very well conveyed. It just looks like random bosses are coming out of nowhere. Why doesn't this music play as the final boss fight? Right? That music is so good! And then look, listen to what it comes back to! Oh yeah! Right back to the shit I was just listening to! I love listening to this for an hour and a half straight. I want to find that music and just like overlay it over what's playing right now instead. I think it would make the last fight way more epic than this. Are you gonna kill her in one hit? He's doing this attack right away. Yes! Yeah! Woohoo! Instantaneous death! 3,000 damage. Yes! That's what I wanted. Go solo dart challenge. Oh great, he's confusing me. Yes. I'm not scared. If I die, I just have to do it again anyway. It's as annoying as it is, as frustrating as it is. Are we dead yet? We're really close to it. What's up, Galtier?
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
What's up, Lord Krellian? Alright, I think I heal first, just to be safe. I don't feel safe just attacking him right now. Although he's probably gonna confuse me. And he just dealt, like, what I healed. Cool story, bro. Best boss in game, bro! You're never gonna use a confuse attack unless I'm in my normal form, are you? They definitely had fun with it, I'm sure. They were probably like, huh, this fight is only lasting like 3 hours. How can we make it last longer? Let's give it 10 million HP. That'll make the players happy. We might end up dying right after we switch over to Dragoon form, by the way. I think 42k HP is a lot when you can't do very much damage, sure. Just because he's got more HP, there's nothing exciting about that. That just means in the Japan version he's even more annoying. Alright, how much HP do we have? 2,229. If he confuses me immediately after this, we are fucked. Let's go for it, guys. Of course I didn't get the perfect. Pretty sure it's GG, guys. Pretty sure we're dead. The one attack. We're gonna be here for a while. Unless it only does... Yep, rip. Great. Shadow Arc, thank you so much for the 100 bits. You know the best part about it, guys? We get to do it all over again. You thought those forms were fun? Oops, I forgot to heal. Oh no. He attacked me with the ability that does the most damage to my characters, and it did a 50 more damage than I had HP, and killed me as soon as I got out of my Dragoon form. Yep, it was the bees attack. Not sure what you're talking about. What's up, Travis? Galtier, thank you for the 5 bits.
Die.
What's up, EJK? How are you doing?
Come.
EJK, welcome back to the party, man. Thank you for the 3 months. Everybody be sure to give me a warm welcome back to the party. Happy to have you, man, as always. 3 months already. Let me do this attack.
Die.
Welcome back, man. We are at the end of the game. There is potential raffle, but will you win the raffle? Is the question. You don't have to have left to get a warm welcome.
Die.
That's okay. The game's basically a blur half the time as it is.
Fools.
Still don't know when I can attack and when I can't attack.
Die.
I wish I could skip past this cutscene. It's like, we've seen this before. But that's not possible. It's a big evil bad guy from 11,000 years ago that's now an big evil bad guy in the future. That's all you really need to know. Nothing else.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Die.
Guess I missed that. Because he's trying to destroy everything. So that a race other than human beings can take over the world, basically. Instead of living together in harmony with people, he just wants them all to die.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Maybe I should try and keep track of how much damage I do to this guy. Yes, this is the final boss.
Die. Demon stands.
Cool. Thanks for slowing down my damage to a halt.
Die. Demon stands. Die. Demon stands.
You can't do that though because it's part of the actual addition system in the game. Since it's part of how additions work and stuff like that, you can't really do that.
Die. Demons dance.
Eventually he'll spit Dart out. Oh.
Die. Demons dance.
Nope, this fight's just boring and annoying. There's nothing really about it that interests me or anything.
Die. Demons dance. Die. Demon's Dance.
Yes, there's a fourth form.
Die. Demon's Dance. Rainbow Threat.
I'll be right back while this plays. Oh, it's finished.
Yeah! Ta! Yeah! Yeah! Ta! Rush! Yeah!
Die. Demon's Dance.
Cool Boogie.
Cool Boogie.
Demons dance.
Too long. That's how long this boss is. Too long.
Die. Demons dance. Die.
Yes.
Die.
Damn it, why do I keep this?
Yes. Go. Madness. Hero.
Die. Demons dance.
Dead and switch the next form? No? You don't want to switch the next form? That's okay.
Cool boogie.
Hi, Dart. Nope, not his final form yet.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Rainbow breath.
Die. Demons dance.
I guess that's what you can call it, yeah. Yeah, I called it a spaceship last night, and then the guy at the final form looks like he's got a spaceship on his head, or forehead. Welcome back, the Vaping Gamer. You didn't miss much.
Die. Demons dance.
Rainbow breath.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Yeah. Not that it's gonna matter, because half of its attacks are gonna be able to wipe my party. Well, it doesn't matter. If we fail, we'll try again. And if we fail, we'll try again. And if we fail, we'll try again. We're beating it tonight. So my stubbornness will kick in. The game's going down tonight, period. Here we go with the epic music now. That should be playing at the end of the game, but isn't. Thank you for the 5-bit, Scoutier. Hi, Boogaloo.
Die. Demons dance.
On occasion, EJK. Not too often. Yeah. Yeah, you're telling me something I already planned on doing, Chrono. I just had to try to heal them there so that they were full HP. Remember, try not to backseat. I've got this. Alright. Well, they might be ripped. Of course I fail. Might be losing my two waifus. Well, he confused two of my characters. Ooh! Break out of confusion. Stop hitting yourself. Why do I keep messing it up now? Alright, Galtier. Good luck at work. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Cool boogie.
Die. Demon stance.
Yep. I got Neptunia emotes. At least one. Finally, it's looking perfect.
Die. Demon stance.
Yes!
Die. Demon stance.
Bye, boss. Get out of here. No one wants you.
Yes! Go! Madness! Hero!
Die. Demon's Dance.
Oh, I'm okay. I tend to give mine out to people as well. There's people that want stuff like that more than I do. But thank you for asking, I really appreciate that.
Rainbow Threat.
Who do you guys think's gonna get the last hit? Is it gonna be Dart or Rose? I'm going with Rose. Unless she dies here. Well, it might be Dart, because he's going Dragoon here. And this could be the final attack. Camera angle switched. Oh, cool. Rip Rose. I'm not sure, Shadow Arc. I haven't really thought about that, to be completely honest. So this is a problem. I don't want to be stuck in prison for a while. Why is massive SP game problematic? You can avoid that by going to Dragoon form after just doing one attack, or you can not finish your addition. There's bunches of ways around it. The only thing about playing a retranslation of the game is not getting the experience of the original game to give it a review. However, I have played Breath of Fire 2 on multiple occasions, so... Can this just be the final freaking one, please? Can this thing just die? No reason for you not to die. No one cares about you, boss. Yes. I did. But I never beat it. Alright, game.
Divine Dragon Cannon.
I think we just untransformed to transform to attack. Hey, Rose did a lot more stuff this fight, though. Really? I tried to make the final hit epic by doing the attack, and then the game does it anyway!
Divine Dragon Cannon.
Super epic game, I haven't seen this attack before. I didn't just do it or anything. Got a double tap. Yep. If we learned anything, got a double tap.
Shauna!
First try! Holy shit, he's huge! What the
I have been waiting for this moment.
I kept you waiting so long.
What is up with his throat?
Sorry.
Arg!
What?
Dare you? Inferior humans cannot outshine me, a god. Rose, the time has come.
Now she sacks herself, right?
This is the end of our long journey.
Sieg,
Could you come with me?
yes. I will never leave you again.
So bad!
Dart, you have grown up. Father? I couldn't do anything for you as a father. Please forgive me.
But father, we finally met. This isn't fair.
I'm so glad I met you.
Rose, father.
Go, Dart.
This cutscene would have been so much better without the dialogue. But father, we just met!
My role is ended. Blaze the way to the future by yourselves.
This is your age to live. Shauna.
What are you talking about? We can all live together.
We were never meant to exist in this age.
No!
My age ended in remote antiquity. Farewell, Dart, and thank you.
Rose! Father!
I'm sure they can hear you over the explosions. Father! Oh, this is gonna end well. Ha ha ha! I can imagine the Japanese voice acting for that last part. Ike! Ah! That's all it is. Man, that guy was like moonwalking. Ah! Rose-chan. Dart-kun! I'm done. I can't do it anymore. Rose-sama! Well, there's nothing being said right now. Yeah, he actually bought a drink for Levitz. Remember, guys, I stopped the timer at the end of the credits. Alright guys, while the credits are rolling, go ahead and give the game a vote. Take a look at the list. Sorry, EJK, not much I can do about that.
I'll be waiting for you. In my heart, you are the one. If I cannot find you, I will look.
Why am I gonna break hearts?
From where you're standing, you can see the sky above. I'll be waiting for you if you still believe in love.
I don't let anybody win, they just win. Guys gotta raise your luck stats. I did already do Xenogears, yes. You can look at the beaten games list to see what I've done. Although that'll be up on screen soon, whenever these credits are over.
time that has gone by. Do you still believe that?
Aura, thank you for the 10 bits. Well, I have highlighted videos of all of my Xenogears playthrough of Bits and Toaster. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the, to updating the actual list with the colors showing that the games have been picked and stuff like that already. I need to do that at some point. I haven't been keeping up with it, Aura, but that's the goal, yeah. To update the games that I've beaten and update the games on the list that I'm playing. I haven't spent a whole lot of time on the list since I started the challenge, because I spent months on the list prior to the challenge, and I'm talking months. Oh yeah, I'm highlighting everything, video-wise. There's only one video that I missed, the start of ArcLad 2, the first video for that. That's the only one that I missed highlighting. But everything else so far has been highlighted, and I'm just about caught up. It's just the last 3 Legend of Dragoon videos, I think, and I'll be caught up with everything. And this is why we wait till after the credits. Is that supposed to be Rose and Darth Daddy? Yep. Oh yeah, the list is far from perfect. Alright, press some buttons. Okay, see if this takes us back to the start screen. It does. On that note,